Okay, this is a preview for race 6 at Kempsey on Friday, 1450 metre class 3. We come into this race with a fair bit of confidence. We've found one that we're prepared to declare a banker bet. Good thing, a nap, as you call it Northern Hemisphere time. The horse is number 2, Blinkin Artie. This lightly tried 3-year-old gelding by Artie Schiller gets into a fairly weak race here. He's a winner 2 from 8. 1-2 starts to go at Taree over 1,300 metres by half a length, coming from well off the pace. Steps up in trip here. Goes to 1,400 metres, 1,450 metres now, and being a son of Artie Schiller down the Medaglia d'Oro line should really take further improvement, stepping up to this sort of trip, one would think. He goes around as a $3.30 chance here, and this race is devoid of a lot of depth, so that price really stacks up. We've got him marked around the $2.50 mark. LeBrook is an equal favourite with him on the $3.30 line from the Chris Lees yard. We feel he's a little bit more exposed, in and out of form somewhat. Blinkin Artie has a profile to suggest he's going to hit a new career peak here. One that we are worried about is the Fast Company horse, the import Fastquest on the $11 line. We'll have a quick look at it as well, but the first horse we're going to have a look at is Blinkin Artie. Okay, so with Blinkin Artie, some people are going to consider this horse a little bit of a one-trick pony, coming off what would be considered a quick backup within the 10-day period from the 8th of September to the 18th. 10 days there in between its third last and its second last start, where it won over 1,300 at Taree. But the big thing we need to take out of this way is the way it finished the race off, running away from them a little bit through the line to win by a half a length, with stepping up in trip now, ran record time. It's the second horse at a beat that we need to take notice of. They put a bit of a margin to third, and Seapay's a smart horse itself. Comes off a career mark of 17 starts, 2 wins, 3 seconds, 6 thirds by Seapay, out of the New Zealand bred mare. Well, he came out one next start by 4.5 lengths, or 4.2 lengths at Port Macquarie for a 30k purse, sort of franking the record time they've ran, and also the margin that these two horses have put back to third, which we can see, back to fourth. As Kenny Az was in third. Here's As Kenny Az. It had solid form from Kembla Grange on the provincial circuit, a couple of starts prior, and then ran third to a pretty smart one, Jay Aqua at Nowra. So when you have a look and you see the margin back to 4th, 5th and 6th and 7th, and then you look at the form of those horses, 4th home, won earlier at Tuncurry on the picnic circuit for a 10k tag. 5th home, beaten 2.91 at Taree for a 30k tag, 2 starts prior. 6th home, decent form around Kelsey Bags, beaten similar margins. 7th home, beaten 5.8, ran second to General Harmony the start before, and then 2 starts later beat Armageddon on it at Muswellbrook. Now that was a pretty good effort, but we also need to take a look at when it broke its maiden in a 40k maiden tag race at Taree. An average maiden is a 20k tag level at Taree, so we know it's going to be a pretty strong race. And once again, they ran record time here, where he won by 1.9 lengths. Interestingly, he seems to do this every 2 starts, off a 17-day backup and then off a 10-day backup. He comes in here off a 22-day backup, which is a little bit longer, but with that in mind, he does it every 2 starts. He's back to a trip that he likes. He's drawn barrier 2. He only rises another 1.5 kilos in the weight from his good win 2 starts ago. So when you have a look when he broke his maiden in this 40k race at Taree as well, the horse that finished second to him, second the start before, beaten 0.4 of a length, third the start after, beaten 0.19 of a length, form franked. Third, beaten 3.3. Comes out only beaten 1.1 in a 30k maiden tag at Ballina. So the form's starting to stack up left, right and centre through its maiden win, but also through its win 2 starts later 2 starts ago when it knocked off the Smart Sepay and As Kenny has. Now, if we have a look at Blinkin Artie from a breeding perspective, very well-bred type. Out of an Any Given Saturday mare who was a 1 from 7 winner on the track. I think at Goulburn, broke its maiden by 1.8 lengths before it went astray. Second dam's a Danehill mare who was unraced. She had 3 trials. You go back to the third dam and fourth dam and you start to see some very familiar names. Weekend Surprise. Now, this is a family of AP Indy. The fourth dam of this horse, Weekend Storm, is a full sister to Summer Squall, half to AP Indy. One of the best families in the stud book. Half sister to 92 Horse of the Year, AP Indy. Full sister to Preakness winner Summer Squall, and also Safer. So when we go back a few lines in this pedigree, there's plenty to suggest we've got a good horse that'll stay a mile here and stay a strong 1,450 metre trip. Second dam untried by Danehill out of a top-class broodmare. Then went to a top-class son of Distorted Humour, and Distorted Humour himself, Northern Hemisphere time, even though he didn't really get a chance here in Australia and got the wrong type of mare, Southern Hemisphere time, but he's turning into an absolute top-class broodmare sire at Northern Hemisphere time. And that's been proven through what we've just seen at the Breeders' Cup last weekend. So on top here, we've got Blinkin Artie, $3.30, rated a $2.50 chance. If you need to save on something in the race, nibble at Fastquest out on the $11 line, the number 4. Fastquest goes around. This is the run here that we've based our form around Fastquest off when it won at Cessnock 5 starts ago over 1,570 metres. The form stacks up left, right and centre. It's fourth up from a spell here. Hit a heavy track when it stretched out to 1,500 last time. Entitled not to finish the race off. Was still only beaten 2.48 lengths. 55 kilos here, similar to what it carried that day when it carried 54.5. The form stacks up. It could really run a big race here and test our top elect, which is Blinkin Artie. So Blinkin Artie on top in Kempsey race 6, and also nibble at Fastquest on the $11 line as a danger. Thank you.